Lagos State Police Command has detained a 23-year-old man for allegedly beating his girlfriend to death in Ijedodo, Isheri-Osun area of the state. The command spokesperson CSP Benjamin Hundeyin confirmed the incident on Monday, stating that it occurred on Friday around 8 p.m. According to Hundeyin, a neighbor reported the case to the Isheri-Osun Police Division after witnessing the suspect assaulting his girlfriend for reason yet to be determined. A few minutes later, the suspect screamed for help. On reaching his apartment, the neighbor found the girl lying unconscious on the bed with visible marks of violence on her body. Hundeyin said the victim was rushed to a hospital in Ijedodo, where she was confirmed dead by the doctor on duty. Police detectives visited the crime scene and the hospital inspected and photographed the body, which has now been deposited at the morgue in Yaba for autopsy. The suspect remains in custody as investigations continue. We just rounded up a discussion as regards mother relationship, family, parental relationships with children. And now this next story is rather really sad. Let's talk about the idea of ladies staying and sleeping over at men that are not married to them in their apartments and such sad incidents occurring due to violence.
The thing there is, for me, it's on both sides.
Okay.
This was not the first time this guy was beating her. Of course, this is not the first time. This may not even be the second time or even the third time. But the truth of the matter is that today, this one now went, because one thing about abusers that I know is that they start small. And when they do the first one, you don't take any action. They push a little further. You don't take any action. They push a little further. Now, the truth of the matter is that in every relationship, there will always be conflicts. There will always be times that we don't agree on anything.
Right.
When there will be that misunderstanding, I don't like this, I like this, don't talk to me like that and all that. But then in all this whole thing, both the ladies, both the guys, because this whole thing too, you still see the one that women are doing to men. But the truth of the matter is this, on both parties, it doesn't matter how angry you are, you don't talk with your hand. You talk with the mouth. I can't be saying, stop there, and my hand is going up. No. You don't talk with the hand, you talk with the mouth. And then when you tell yourself that, the moment your hands start going up, you remind yourself, you don't talk with the hand, you talk with the mouth. Because you see, sometimes some people are sick and you don't know. Sometimes even you may just hit someone somewhere and you don't know that that's it. So for me, it doesn't matter how angry you are. I always tell people this. If you are angry and you take an action and then the person goes down, nobody will care to hear your side of the story. All everybody will be talking about that you have killed somebody. You have killed somebody. But what if you calm yourself down? People cannot be able to hear your side of the story. So for me, please, there's a whole lot of violence out there. It's not necessary. If you're in a relationship and it sounds like it's not working, walk away.
Let's talk about conflict resolutions in relationship. Now, you did rightly mention that conflict must arise.
Sure.
Now, when these conflicts arise, oftentimes it's because there was no good resolution. It was not handled properly. That is when it escalates into things that gets into physical violence and ultimately, sadly, sometimes leads to death, like in this story. Because according to the reports, the boy even screamed
for help.
For help, right? When he noticed that the girl wasn't responsive, and when neighbors came, they noticed she had been assaulted, and probably they were in a fight of some sort. What are your thoughts on how we resolve conflict as a people, both in relationships and marriages?
Yes, every relationship. That's what I always tell people. If you're going to date anybody, date someone who has somebody he or she fears, who has like a mentor figure for the person. Because you see, most times when we come to that point where we have two different opinions on a matter, it is that third party, in quote, called a mentor, that can be able to help us see the right thing. For instance, now I'm sitting here in the studio and I can tell you what I'm seeing now. Probably you're watching me in your office, you're watching me or listening, in your car, or probably in the house. Now, if I ask you now to tell me what you're seeing in your view, you will describe a few things for me that will not look like what I am seeing right now as I'm looking at here in the studio. Now, the question is, are you right? Yes, you're right. Am I right? I'm also right. Because we are both seeing two different things because of our positioning, because of our location, because of where we are. So because of it, our description will be different. Now, in a relationship, the both of you have two different perspectives because two of you are coming from two different standpoints. And what your friend or spouse is saying is true. What you are saying is true. But what makes the relationship work and makes that conflict go away if the two of you can come together and then, okay, tell me what you're seeing. She tells you. You now, they ask you, okay, what are you seeing? You talk. Two of you now come to that place of a middle ground and say, you know, this thing you are seeing now will not help us. At least my own will help us. You see, at the end of the day now, two of you are not looking to be right. You are looking to save the relationship. Because if you want to win an argument, you will lose the relationship. But if you want to win the relationship, sometimes you let go certain things just so that the relationship can go. I always tell people this. If you want to stay in a relationship, you will find many reasons to stay. You will find at least one reason to stay in the midst of all the bad things that you are seeing. But if you want to go, you will always find one reason to go in the midst of all the good things that is happening. So please, let's stop the anger. Let's stop the anger. If you have talk and it's not working, it's better to walk away. So you can be free to date another person than to kill somebody and go to jail. At that point now, you're no longer free. So which one do you choose? I'm going to prove to her I'm a man, I'm the man here. I'm proving to her now that he's the man. The girl is gone. And from the story, the girl is older than her. Maybe that's part of why she might be taking it as an insult. Maybe she's insulting me because she's older than me. Let me show her I'm the man in this relationship. But the truth is, now she has shown her that he's the man. At the end of the day now, he's going to be locked up. And he's not going to have freedom any longer to do anything with his life. So please, so sad.